Hello and welcome to Editing with My Wife, now with more problems. My name's The Hooded Philosopher and I'm here with Cheesy Loops. Cheesy Loops, what's this episode about?
This episode is about what animals you wouldn't mind being eaten by.
That's something.
No.
You want to recap the last episode?
Recap. All right.
While the dog munches on her crunchy food.
Munch.
Loudly.
An errant connection. Tresca and Nathaniel, with the help of the boy, find Draylen and Flo. And I am just reading off the page, because my brain is having to process what we actually just read the last chapter. So Draylen had gotten stuck in an animal mind, and they went to go help find Draylen, and just so happened that Flo had got stuck in the same animal mind. They talk with Flo a little bit. They discuss the history of the four, where they started, and how Sloane came to be Sloane the Divine. And we learn a little bit about the other kingdom, the Listran Kingdom, and how they're helping or are the rebellion.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, the kingdom wants to help. They don't want to fight. They made that very clear to the trusted, and the trusted feels like they can trust, and that's saying something. But we're on chapter 12.
Chapter 12, The River's Force. You named it in the recap wrong. Chapter 10 was Flow.
Okay.
Go back to the recap.
Oh, it's not going to let me. Fine.
Ha 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 ha.
Now I can go back.
Okay.
This is...
Source. The river's source.
The river is an important character in the book. And a river. There's a river
Listen.
in the book.
River is an important character in the book. And you don't really ever see her.
I don't know why you would say that. In fact, you would see more of her than any other character. She's two people, but you need to signify them differently. And a river has a force and it has a flow.
I was making a joke about how because you only see one, you're not seeing the other part of river, so it's not you're seeing the full river.
Well, yeah. A man cannot step in the same river twice.
Okay, Pocahontas.
You know that's way older, right? Please tell me you know that's way older. That's Greek philosophy.
Oh yeah.
Forgot his name, but it starts with an M and it's really long.
I thought my insult was funny.
I'm pretty sure he died in manure. The guy who said that.
Listen. Mine was a pure insult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In order to find force, we must be close. A few slivers of the divine, and Nathaniel will find her in no time, Tresca explained. It would be best if we were where you last saw her. Then I must offer you this. A flower appeared in her hand. The center was glowing, a glittery golden light. Brilliant white petals amplifying its glow. They recognized as the sliver of the divine. A divine blossom will help you find even the most expertly hidden person. Nathaniel took it, expressing his gratitude, a kindly smile. It seems it's the least I can do for an enemy that I trust. The boy's hands moved, a curiosity on his face. She waited as Draylen translated. Who is Rokai?
She's whining at the door.
Yeah, we can pause it.
Oh no, you can continue. I'm gonna grab her and move her. She can wait. She always is willing to wait. Why can't she wait now?
Because she just ate.
And she can wait. Let it settle. Alright, we take the dog out plenty. Anyway, continue. Sorry for the interruption.
We can just write down the time.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Fine. Ba, ba, ba. To speak of only one of us would be a misunderstanding. Ooh. Let's try this again. To speak of only one of us would be to misunderstand the connection we felt as leaders trying to protect our lands. He was called Rokai of Plenty. He owns the mountains to the south. Sloan gave him his dreams of... Ooh, slow down. Sloan gave him his dreams of only being seen when he wants to be. He was kind but cautious. His villages were small, but they were the most fruitful for obtaining metals before the powder of creation. The only way onto his land is a bridge he had constructed. Like the rest of us, he wanted what was best for his people. To him, that meant a long life. But he was not aware that the overuse of the magics given to us by Sloan would deteriorate our goodness, the thing that keeps us stable and happy. She took a deep breath. Rohan, on the other hand, was a monster that was needed to fight a war. His gloves allowed him to control people directly. With a simple touch, you become his thrall, never to return. Last time I checked, he was looking for perfection through the flame, though he has recently found a way to become impervious to heat. His gremlin, Frelick, has taken to runes on flesh. I believe he was using unwanted children in the school for experiments. Worse still, Rohan, has become Sloane's most trusted.
Don't say Rohan. I don't think it matters.
I like Rohan, not
okay,
Rohan. So once we find Force, do you think we can change her mind, Nathaniel asked. I'm concerned her machinations border too closely to malevolent, Flo said. Nevertheless, Tresca has given me hope. I am not her, though. I am a copy of who she was. Only she can change her mind. Draylen had a question. How did you summon the blossom? It is the true power of all the artifacts. She pointed at the hammer sitting inside the boat with them. The hammer can do it too, but you must be one of Sloane's trusted to use it. I am the sole exception to that rule. I am an entity in my own right, and he has no power over me. However, none of the artifacts can do it at will. There is a speed to which we can create the magic, and it is not quickly. A blossom of the divine was the most I have ever done. It will be a while before I can supply anything else. She looked down at her empty hands, a tear rolling down her cheek. Please don't kill her. Nathaniel placed his hands on her shoulder. We will do anything we can to get her to step down. She wiped away the tear. If you cannot, I will understand. She finished for him. They sat a while in silence. As the slip ring ripped at the ground, Tresca helped it along, her hands sliding across the glowing runes. Draylen was talking to Tresca with his hands. Do you suspect anything? Her hand shot back. Not as of yet. She is who she says she is. The boy chimed in, saying, Are there other animals that can do other crazy things? Each animal can hold and use only one. The color indicates the magic they have taken, Tresca said with her hands, then followed by audibly saying, We should probably speak aloud for our guest. The color of the ring around its eyes indicates the magic they have taken. We probably should speak aloud for our guest. She looked at the group. The boy was asking about animals that have taken a magic, she explained. I recall you have a lot of experience wrestling with this particular problem. She took a moment to think. Indeed I have. The people in River's Force use them as weapons. When we feed animals any of the elemental liquors, animals devolve into the elements you give them, dying instantly. What we saw was the red ring. Beware of the yellow. It comes with the use of powder of creation. These animals can copy themselves. It usually happens when they are afraid. If you see orange, run for your life. These creatures can look like any animal at once. It seems to shift randomly, and when provoked, they will become something bigger than you, and probably just eat you. Green is harder to kill, their wounds healing rapidly. Blue is a magical beast. One look into its eyes, and you will not return. But from what I understand, you don't mind the creature eating you alive. The black ring around its eyes means it's too late. They will kill you on contact. They kill you on contact. Let's read this proper today. She finished. What about the sliver divine? Nathaniel asked, holding the blossom up. We tried it once. After that, there was a law that prohibited it. When the test happened, I was standing next to Force. A soldier gave it to a cat in a cage. It changed right then and there. It spoke in a flat, demonic voice, saying, "You humans with your little minds are playing with a magic you know nothing of. Now I must use him," it said with regret before the man that fed him exploded in front of me. There was a familiar glowing in its eyes when it disappeared. We never heard or saw from it again. She paused for dramatic effect. We didn't play anymore with Divine's magic after that. It also made me second guess the so-called divinity of Sloane. Tresca handed her a small canteen of water. She accepted it gratefully, taking a long drink, finishing with, "It's been too long since I told that tale. I thought it might make it return if I spoke of it." The boy wondered, his hands shaking as he said, "A cat with glowing eyes? Sounds interesting." If only it didn't obliterate its creator upon its creation, Draylen mused. His name was Warren the Valiant, and he was a dear friend and a most noble warrior. The group fell silent. The town was just off the horizon. A deep canyon stretched to the south, a massive castle, a bridge over the canyon, an intricate gondola system going down the stream, disappearing. "Welcome to my home, Rivers Flow." They disembarked when Flo stopped them. "If you wish to be in my care, please take my hand." She offered it to the boy. He looked to Draylen, who shrugged. "If you don't mind, I will go with you. Nathaniel and Draylen can procure some of the more rare elements that we need in order to locate Force." She placed her hand on Flo's shoulder. "Don't forget about Kryn's note." The three disappeared. Draylen looked at Nathaniel. "Where do we go to deliver that nice young lady's note?"
All right.
So, real quick, since we're right here, I didn't know that was Tresca talking.
Where?
If you don't mind, I'll go with you. Nowhere in there does. After she puts her hand on Flo's shoulder, I assumed it was Tresca, but I didn't.
Just explicit here.
That sounds great. And then the town was just off the horizon. A deep canyon stretched to the south. A massive castle, a bridge over the canyon, an intricate gondola system. Did you mean to, like, step it like that? It's not smooth, it's a step. Very quick explanation of what this place looks like. Stretched. Oh, move the knee and stretch it. Woo. Clickety clacks are happening and no one is a-talking.
The town was just off the horizon. A deep canyon stretched out to the south, a massive castle. Along... Well, if we can get better mics, I can cut the audio or the silence really easily, theoretically.
Sorry.
Or you could figure it out.
Oh. Okay. The town was just off the horizon. A deep canyon stretched to the south, where there was a massive castle with a long covered bridge spanning over the canyon. An intricate gondola system was heading going downstream or just going downstream?
Was heading. I want to do it heading.
Okay. Was heading downstream.
Intricate.
Ooh, leave the down. An intricate gondola system was heading downstream, disappearing into the distance. Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Yes.
Less like you were going to describe it later, so you just was putting it on paper. I love... Okay, I keep saying this. I feel like I say this every time, but I love these animals. I love these creatures.
Yeah, you see the cat more, but you don't really hear about anyone else. But I like the idea of it being there, because if it's ever, we're going to write another story in this world or press further with what Nathaniel did in his life.
You already have something to pull from.
Yeah, they can show up in the future.
Uh-huh.
And they can just be any animal, but special.
Except for there's only one divine animal.
Well, you'll learn it's there on purpose. It's not an accident. None of that was an accident.
Well, no.
But let's go to the recap.
Well, was there anything else we needed to fix? We just fixed this.
Did you hear anything you didn't like? It all sounded good to me.
No, it did sound really good. We explained a little bit of Rokai and of Rohan.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of talk about Grolic, but I guess it's not really necessary.
Not anymore. But he was there. He was there in what they were saying, and there's more of it coming up. And I mean, this is a lot that went on there, and it's said before the book ends, I think.
I like his gremlin, Frelick. Just a nasty little bean.
He has the title of the Vile.
Frelick the Vile.
Yeah, he's a pretty awful thing. Anyway.
Oh, recap. A glittering flower. Ooh, a glittering flower from a flowing river. Right. More history of the four. The team gets another history lesson. Magical animals. And a magic lesson. And then welcome to River's Flow. I think a magic lesson needs to be more... I like the idea of it being more specific, I guess. What would you say instead?
Magic lesson?
You have
magic animal lesson.
Magic animal lesson.
All right, thanks for listening. That's everything.
Thank you so much.
We love you. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.